Yo, what's going on, guys? Jesse Laval, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Canon's 11 to 22mm EF-M lens. First thing I want to say about the EF-M lens line is I feel like Canon gets a lot of grief that they really don't deserve when it comes to this line. Everybody says that the line is dead and you really shouldn't invest in any of these lenses, but I disagree. If you did actually pick up one of the M-line cameras, it's really worth having some of these lenses in there because the whole point of that line is having a really small camera. And if you have one of the big lenses on there, you've kind of defeated the purpose. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use the adapter and the EF lenses. I do it all the time, and it's a great versatility that those cameras have. Using the EF-M line cameras and using the EF-M line lenses really makes a lot of sense, and I don't know why more people don't take advantage of it. If you're vlogging and you have the M50 like I do, this lens just makes so much sense. The 11mm, which is 17.5mm in full frame terms, really works awesome as far as being able to just hold your camera. You've got a wide enough angle where you've still got quite a bit of scene around you. It works great. Canon Stabilization is just awesome in this lens. I mean, it's one of the few lenses that takes advantage of what Canon calls digital 5-axis stabilization. So it's actually supposed to be fine-tuned for vlogging, so it's going to be extra stable when you're just walking around and carrying the camera. So for a vlogger, I don't know why you wouldn't have this lens. A lot of people are turned off by the fact that it doesn't have a faster aperture, right? This only runs from 4.0 when you're at 11mm. When you zoom all the way out to 22, you're going to be at 5.6. That's really not that impressive, but it is a wide-angle zoom lens. So most wide-angle zoom lenses don't have really fast apertures, and if they do, you're talking over $1,000 for that lens. So when all those things considered, you can put this on your little tiny camera, still have a very small package. And in terms of the build quality of this lens, in comparison to, say, like the kit lens, the 15 to 45 that comes with my M50, this is a much better build. This is all metal. It's a little bit heavier, but that just makes it feel more solid. The stabilization, like I said before, works really good with it. And there's no switch on here. So, like the other lenses, you have to turn the stabilization on in the camera. But that's okay, and it works really, really well. Optically, I think it's really good. I mean, you do have... you do see some correction when you apply the corrections in post, so there's definitely some barrel distortion that happens, but it's a wide-angle lens. They're all going to have that, and it's really not that bad, and let's be honest, today it's a click away in Photoshop to fix it. There's probably a little bit of softness in the corners. I really don't notice it that much. As far as I'm concerned, it's sharper than the 15 to 45mm. It's extra wide. Stabilization works great. And I think it's really something that everybody that owns one of the M-series cameras should think about picking up. Some other things that you might want to know about this before you pick it up. Bokeh is not going to present itself a lot. I mean, obviously you're still going to be able to, but at the widest aperture of 4.0, you're going to need a pretty good amount of distance between the subject and the background for you to see any kind of blur. It does have 7 rounded diaphragm blades, so your bokeh is going to look okay when you do get it to present itself, but this isn't something like, say, the 22mm EF-M that goes to 2.0 where you're going to really see bokeh present itself. This lens isn't really going to be like that for you. Like I said, this is more of your vlogging, bring it around outside. You can use it indoors, but you're going to need lights probably because it doesn't have that fast aperture. All things considered, for the price, this lens is still a great buy for your camera. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slap the 11 to 22mm lens on my M50. I'm going to go outside in my garden. I'm just going to shoot around the garden with the lens so I can give you guys some ideas of what you can do with the video capabilities of this lens and what you can also do as far as taking some still shots. Okay, so now we're on the 11 to 22mm, and as you can see, the stabilization works really well. I have it on a little monopod, and I don't even have my arm fully extended. If I stretch all the way out, this is what you're looking at, but this is where you're probably going to be holding it to be comfortable, and as you can see, the 11mm works really well. Still got a bunch of more scene that you can see around me. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take a few shots of my garden here and show you what the lens can do picture-wise, and take a couple of kind of like B-roll footage scenes so you can just see what the lens is capable of. Okay guys, I hope that this video helped you decide whether you think the Canon EF-M 11 to 22mm is right for you. If you think it helped you, please go below, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll see you guys at the next video.